Hey, I don't know about you, but I am certainly glad it's Wednesday. Not just any Wednesday, though. Around these parts, here on the sweet spot, it's Win It All Wednesday. It's not just Hump Day, it's Win It All Wednesday. Beautiful souls, let's pause for a second and catch our breath. On Monday, we talked about alignment. We said that misalignment is not to be thought of as laziness or failure. It's just a conflict, and how the brain detects that conflict and how the brain shifts when it detects that conflict, it gets us into a stressful mode or situation. We talked about how life feels heavier not because we're weak, but because our systems are fighting against itself. And on Tuesday, we talked about action. How misalignment pushes your brain into autopilot. How control shifts from intention to habit, from values to reaction, from purpose to pattern, and how aligned action is how you take control back. Sometimes you don't even know when your control is shifted, when you went from intention to just relying on your habits. You start out with this great intention, and then you end up with just bad habits taking over. Sometimes you don't even know when your values slipped into just reactions, and that you're no longer walking according to your values. You're just reacting to the stuff that's in front of you. And that your purpose, which was so clear to you when you began this project or this thing, has just succumbed to whatever the patterns are in front of you. And that's why we're doing this series, to bring your awareness back to the fact that you may be misaligned, and to show you how aligned action is how you take control back. Today is Win It All Wednesday. So today is the natural next step, because alignment plus action doesn't become stability until it becomes a habit. You see, you can align yourself, you can take the action, but you've got to repeat it. And this is where Win It All Wednesday actually lives, not in the intensity, not in the pressure or the hustle, not even in the motivation. What I'm talking about is a kind of repetition. Automation is the concept. Automation, where things become automatic. Winners run a system. They run an automatic. They are very consistent, which is why they're winners. Here's the truth most people miss about performance. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You settle into the levels of whatever systems you're running, especially when the pressure rises. And in the brain, we're all about science, soul, and success here on the sweet spot, so we're definitely going to talk about the brain. In the brain, there's a system called the basal ganglia, bunch of cells in the brain. So this is a part of the brain that runs habits. The basal ganglia runs habits. It runs patterns, routines, your automatic behaviors, your muscle memory, your whatever default responses you have. When you're living on autopilot, a lot of times it's your basal ganglia you have to thank, because it puts you on automatic. It's the habit section. And it doesn't care about your intentions. It only cares about repetition. So that whatever you do often enough, it kind of becomes who you are. Not consciously, not symbolically, but biologically. That's what I'm talking about. Your brain is imprinting this. This is why real performance doesn't feel heroic. It just feels normal. It feels boring. It's automatic. It feels quiet. It's consistent. It's stable. Winners are like that. That's what winning looks like. They're like automatic. Think of one of your favorite players in the last minute of a game. No emotions, no expressions. They just execute. Not big moments, not dramatic breakthroughs, not public loudness. but a line that just keeps going straight, very linear. A life that's running on aligned defaults, where your habits are supporting your values, you're aligned. Where your routines are protecting your purpose, where your patterns are matching your identity, where your systems are reinforcing your calling, that's alignment. That's your alignment becoming structure. I'll say it again. Your habits supporting your values. Check. Are your routines protecting your purpose? Check. Are your patterns matched with your identity? Check. And your systems, are they reinforcing your calling? Check. When those things are all check, hey, guess what? You're aligned. Yeah. And this is where the ancient wisdom and the neuroscience meet. Ancient traditions always taught that discipline is not punishment. I used to think they were. They're not. Discipline is not punishment, beautiful soul. It's devotion in motion. You see, going to practice and being a guy or a gal that practices every single day, that's not about being controlled. No, practice is not control. It's alignment made visible. Ritual is not restriction. Doing it over and over and over again, that's coherence in daily form. Yeah, that's the architecture of habit. It's the embodiment of your purpose. It's you as a human stopping the fighting against yourself because you're aligning. You're not negotiating with yourself anymore because you're not two people. You're aligned. Your values and your behaviors and your habits are aligned. So you're not always trying to do the opposite of what you know you should do. And so your life is now moving in one direction. And it involves sacrifice. It involves integrity. Doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't have to be dramatic. Just consistent. You want to be a winner? Be consistent. You want to change where you are and go to your next level? Start with consistency. Align yourself with the concept of consistency. So Win It All Wednesday, my friend, is not about doing more today. It's about building an automatic alignment into your life. One small habit that runs in the background of your life. I always do what I say. One small habit that runs in the background of your life. You can count on me. One small habit that runs in the background of your life, that supports who you're becoming. Not a goal, not a challenge, not a program, not a reset. What I'm looking for from you is a pattern. Yeah, develop a pattern. Something that doesn't require motivation to get you up and out. Something that doesn't require willpower. Something that doesn't require hype. Just repetition. Those are some of the mentally toughest people you will ever want to meet. Is somebody who gets consistency and is not dependent on motivation, willpower, or hype to get it done. Just repetition. I'm going to give my mom a shout out because I see her every day. Mom, I see you when you check that blood pressure. I see you when you eat the right meals. I see you when you go to physical therapy and you exercising. I get it. I get that you are really consistent. I get that you are aligned. Wow. And if you got $20, I'll take it, Mom. I had to put that in there. Just kidding. So look, alignment has to become habit. Because when alignment becomes your habit, excellence becomes natural. It doesn't feel forced anymore. When you look at people who are just really good at what they do, it seems so natural. Because when your alignment becomes habit, your excellence becomes natural. You're not forcing, you're not chasing, you're not performing. You're living it. You're living it. So here's the real question for Win It All Wednesday. Not how do I win, but what pattern? What pattern in my life is shaping who I'm becoming? Do I have a pattern? Can somebody see my pattern? Can I see my pattern? And here's a deeper question. Is it aligned with my values? Or is it running against my values? What are my values? If I ask you, what are your top 3 values? Could you tell me right now? Because that's important so you can align yourself with those values and you can establish a pattern. Because whatever you repeat, you reinforce. And whatever you reinforce, you become. That's not motivation, that's biology. That's psychology. That's ancient wisdom. That's lived truth. So today, the move is simple. Don't change your whole life. Don't overhaul your routine. Don't redesign your system. Just choose one small habit that supports your alignment, one pattern that matches your purpose, one repetition that reflects your values, one daily action that your future self would recognize. Think of future you. Right? And no, we're not doing this to be impressive or to be visible or dramatic. We're just going to consistently become the person we want to be, because winning isn't about moments, it's about momentum. And we want to get the momentum going by building the habits that don't fight who we are. If the habit is fighting who you are becoming, if the habit is in the way of what you want to do, get help, get rid of it, because this is Win It All Wednesday. Not about trophies or titles or applause. It's about alignment that runs on autopilot that gives you the shot of living a life that lives in one direction, that moves in one direction. What habit in your life is shaping who you're becoming right now? And what's one small aligned pattern you can begin today that moves you closer to the person you're meant to be? This is the sweet spot. Thank you for listening to Win It All Wednesday. Thank you for your time, your attention. You are a winner. Check your alignment, check your patterns, check your habits, and let's get moving. I'll see you tomorrow. It's Trust Yourself Thursday tomorrow. Please sign up. Please share this with somebody that you care about and who you believe would benefit from this message. This is Dr. Sweet.